obvious, right? Fornication. So those of you that have said that there's nowhere in the Bible that says sex before marriage, well, it's in the Old Testament and the New Testament. Fornication. Stop doing it, right? It's very clear. The works of the flesh, that's a work of the flesh, right? I want what I want when I want it because I want it regardless of anything else. Impurity, lasciviousness, idolatry. Oh yes, I gotta put my Sunday madness of watching football all day before my God that loves me. Sorcery, enmities, strife, jealousy, anger, quarrels, dissensions, factions, envy, drunkenness, carousing, and things like these. So there's a whole list, right? And we can look at pretty much anything in the world. If we're following the world, we should just stop, right? Because here's the thing, there's a spirit of the world and there's patterns of the world. There's a pattern of the world that gets people sucked and trapped into living a life that really is a fake one. And then what do we have to do? Well, we all have to live, and not me, but we in general, meaning people that do this, when we look at this, oh, I got to keep up, I got to keep up, I got to do this, I got to do this, I got to do this, keeping up with the whomever. But you know what? You really can't. The only thing that your focus needs to be on is Christ. There's always going to be somebody with a bigger ministry. There's always going to be somebody with a bigger something, a car, house, bank account, 401k, whatever, and there's always be somebody with a smaller something or other as well. But see, when we're chasing after all this stuff and we're living in the world, we end up down here. That's not Christ's best. That's not love. That is chasing after things that are fantasy, or is like chasing the wind. It tells us this in Proverbs. You'll end up broke. You'll end up outdated, out of style, tired, and not knowing who you are. And so you see, through Christ, we can gain everything, but you may have to lose a few things. You know, I like to say forgiveness is the greatest weight loss and cheapest facelift. And you know what? If you really want to go with God, I'm going to tell you, there may be times where you feel like you're in a desert. You might think that, oh, I'm living in New York City, and the next thing you know, you're in the middle of nowhere, Montana. But you know what? That's not a bad thing, because that's when you really get to know Him. When you remove all these things and you say, reduce me to love, show me how to love those that are around me, show me how to love my kids, show me how to love my parents. Whew. Show me how to love the guy in front of me that doesn't know how to use a turn signal, right? And we can laugh about these things, but it's so very true, because here we go. Look at this. He continues on.